guys,
offense.
as well
Couldn't
as
beat
you
the
ladies,
Bucs.
you know that this literally does not work. Hope everybody's having a great hump day. Just getting ready for the
Couldn't beat the
Dan
Bucs.
Salio show. About to enter their studio, still getting stepped up.
DB
Should be a
says
good
I
fight. You know
expect
what?
top five, but
I'm
wins
just
matter
going to be
more
cool.
than
I got my
stats.
new shirt
Last
on.
year it
Look,
didn't
look.
matter. You had 11 wins. You had more.
Philly
You guys-
500.
How about this?
It
DB
is
wins
chicken.
matter.
Is chicken. Yeah.
You had as many
And
wins as the Kansas
we'll
City
see
Chiefs did.
what we got going on here. I want to talk
What
to
did
you
it
a
get
little
you?
bit about Larry Allen
Don't you
and
mean postseason
so on.
wins?
I got, of course, Eagle fans in there that are saying that, oh,
There's a
okay, when Mark Holmes
distinction
comes on, I'm done. I'm off of
in
here.
quality
Them
wins.
fools,
Wins
man,
matter.
they live
And
for
last
this
year,
shit.
Had 11.
They live for it. Walker Wade in the house. What's up, Walker? Appreciate the link there
Didn't
on
matter.
Mike Fisher's this morning, of course. Let me go ahead and enter his studio.
It's irrelevant.
Flexen says
I just
it's
learned
irrelevant.
this, that there's some
Paying
Philadelphia Eagle
$175
fans
million
in here.
for us.
All right.
Because I'm going to get to Mark Holmes on this here.
Oh, here we
Here in
go.
a second. That you're not expecting the number one offense in the NFL, and you're spending in salaries $175 million. And you think top 10 is cool. Jesus, criminy. When I'm paying that much money,
What's funny is
I
I
had the
believe our
highest
offense
pay-
did
and I
better
had the
than the
highest
Eagles last year, didn't we?
paychecks
Didn't
go
we
out
score more
every
points
week
per game than
in
the Eagles
NFL
last
history
year?
for an offense.
Larry, my day's
And I'm
going good, man.
expecting
Any
top
day
10.
that I can get up and get out
I'm
of bed
expecting fucking
and I
number
still know
one.
who I am is a good day.
I'm not expecting, well, we'll be okay.
All right.
Okay?
Getting close. Getting close. Hope everybody's doing good. Mr.
Now,
Cowboys Nation,
Mark
what's up?
He's in the green room here. And what I'm going to do is
Uh-oh, here we go.
I'm going to make this comment, and I want him to respond.
Oh,
to this
Lordy.
comment before I bring
Here
him
we
up.
go.
Isn't it funny in Dallas? This is what you
Here we
hear.
go.
I'm going to be the highest paid non-position player in NFL history, Micah Parsons. CD's not at camp. Dak's contract has been a gigantic conversation since the offseason started.
It's conversation
You
because
couldn't name me one time that a championship organization, that New England Patriot organization, where anybody talked money.
well,
Nobody was talking money.
they may have been talking about it, nobody just cared.
Wasn't about money up there.
Nobody cared.
And when money became an issue, like in Kansas City, Snead, Honey Badger, Tyreek Hill, you're out.
I hear you talking.
How come in Dallas it's all about being a TV star?
Hey, can't be mad at him.
Let's bring in our friend Mark Holmes.
Friend.
Just me
Okay.
and you, buddy.
What? Wait a minute. What do you mean it's just me and you? What do you mean it's just me and you?
Philly 500, his kid is graduating today. Oh, stop. What?
What? He couldn't live stream from the graduation. It's 30 minutes. So then that means, now, see, I'm going to say, see, look, I've gotten something special here just for Philly 500, okay? You see this?
Yes.
Okay? The chicken, okay? Philly 500. We're giving these away on my channel because Philly 500 is chicken to go to Dallas. And after the riot act that he read to me last week, oh, you gave up all the power. You're telling me he's not here today?
I'm telling you, he's not here today, but he has a Micah Parsons club excuse today because his kid is graduating, and he has like a cowboy excuse.
Okay.
You know, I mean,
So wait, let me be clear here. So shit does come up that may be more important than being here, and so he gets excused, but I don't. Me giving and helping two families get back in their
no,
homes.
I heard you were selling maple syrup in Maine.
No, I got some maple syrup. And I tell you what, Sil, if you do come to Virginia, I have some really good maple syrup. And see, you don't know about how good I cook too, bro. Oh, my
My
God.
dad
Bro.
lives in Williamsburg.
Well, come on and visit him. I got a guest bedroom down here. I will feed you the nicest steaks, some pulled pork and everything else, and some fresh pancakes with Vermont maple syrup.
It actually sounds very tasty.
All right.
I actually like that. All right, let's get into
But
this
one
here.
thing real quick, because I see that you have the trolls like I do. Because I'm one of those stealth YouTubers where I watch the
know
feed
you
and
are.
stuff and see what's going on, just kind of check the pace of the room. And this guy C24 said, as soon as Mark Holmes is on, I'm gone. But I still see him here. I still see him here.
They're not going nowhere.
You know, it's funny because, see, they hate me, but they love to watch me.
Somehow that has been a mantra in my life.
Oh, Lordy. So
All right.
you wanted
What
to
about
ask
the
me
comment?
about my Cowboys.
What about my
And the
comment
money.
I made that everyone's talking money instead of talking championships in Dallas?
Well, here's the thing. Okay, I'm going to give you a couple things. I'm going to say that yesterday I ended up kind of just saying F Micah Parsons.
Wow.
No, and here's the thing. Here's the thing is,
You want him off the team?
No, just let me explain this. Because I'm seeing a clip here from Jane Slater, and I'm seeing a clip here from John Machada and stuff. And when you take these pieces, like when he says, you know, I've hardly talked with Mike Zimmer, you know, we haven't had more than 20 words. You know, he has things that he likes to do his way and things that I like to do my way. When you hear things like that, it sounds really bad, like, you know, he's ready to fight. But what I did this morning was I watched the whole 12-minute interview, and when you watch this thing, you get a totally different perspective than you do from just little bits and pieces of it. And the way he explained things, he's like, look, I'm undersized playing defensive end. He said, by the end of the season, I am literally beat up. And he said, what I like to do is basically let my body heal. He said, I don't really like to get on the field till May and June and really start doing that stuff. And in some regards, I can understand that. And this actually goes towards what the NFLPA is trying to do, where they're trying to basically take OTAs and make it part of training camp and start that sooner, which I think they do need.
His whining.
Well, you know what?
He is a pussy.
A pussy that gets a lot of sacks.
Every single time I hear him talking. Let me put this in perspective to you. You think that guy's really Charles Haley?
He has the ability to be one.
No way.
But see, you know what? But see here, I'm going to tell you, because see, when you first were like, I don't know who the hell Mark Holmes is and Stephen Jones, this, that, and the other. I got a chance to interview your head coach from college, Jimmy Johnson, because, you know, I had the connection with Charles Haley. And the thing about Charles Haley was, Charles Haley, if you looked at what his career was when he was in San Francisco, he's crazy. You know, I'm telling you, if you're in the locker room with Charles Haley, you better keep your head on a swivel because you don't know what's going to be flying in your face. Okay?
Absolutely. And he means that in appendages. Go ahead.
Yeah, like I said, I remember from JMU, and it's like when I hear stories, it's like, yeah, that sounds about right. But Jimmy Johnson, because I asked him, you know, about Charles Haley and stuff, and he said, you know, he was one of my favorite players and things, and he said, I got him in practice one time, and Charles came to my office, and he said, look, Coach, I'll do anything you want me to do, but just try not to disrespect me in front of everybody else. And he said from that point on, they became and developed a great relationship. So part of that, understanding that you have a great talent, is having the coaches to figure out how to motivate them, because you got some crazy people out there that you do have to deal with. The question is can they figure out how to harness that power? Because I want those 13, 14, 15 sacks a season. I just got to make sure how we can coexist and get the most out of this guy for as long as he's here.
They've created something they can't coach. And I'm going to tell you where I am with him. He is limited. And I'm going to tell you why he's limited. They need to line him up on the weak side, not strong side, because he cannot handle offensive tackles and tight ends blocking down.
Not all season. Yeah, he can't.
Because he just can't. Right. Do you ever notice that the second half of the season, he's missing Parsons? instead of Micah Parsons?
Yeah, and when you're 245 pounds and you're going against offensive tackles that are 320, your body wears down. I'm sorry, that's not. He is the perfect mismatch, and if you're putting him outside every single play, by the end of the season, he's going to be done. It's just like when you've got the bellwether running back and you run him all season long, 20, 30 times a game. By the time the season's there, he's got nothing left in the tank. So the thing is you've got to figure out how to use him to maximize his abilities where he doesn't get beat up all the time by the tackles. And I think Mike Zimmer will do that. The other part of that equation is you need a Robin on the other side that's also going to take some of that focus away. And
let me go into some of the comments about Kellen Moore at the first mandatory minicamp. The quarterbacks are struggling.
Mm-hmm. Surprise. Okay.
They're struggling, and today, supposedly, I just got a text. He's having another horrible day at minicamp. And so I said this to the Eagle fans, and this is why they're a little bit aggravated with me right now.
Oh, they love you so much.
That this guy hasn't played well in practice, in a game, since the overtime against Buffalo. He hasn't played well in any time since. And this is pitch and catch. This is just like
there's nobody coming at you.
You're throwing a Nerf ball around.
Yeah. And Kellen Moore. And see, this is where, it's only mini camp in the beginning of the summer and stuff. And
say that, this is what I say to that. But Mark, it's set up for you to have success.
Yes. What do you want me to say? Oh man, that's terrible.
I'm shocked that Kellen Moore and the offensive guys are struggling.
See, here's the thing. Everybody looks at Dak Prescott and they say he's a bum. Somebody else made him. When it was early in his career, it was like, oh, it's Zeke Elliott, right? Even though he had Jason Garrett originally calling the plays and stuff, and then Scott Linehan. Then it was, Kellen Moore is the boy genius. He's got Dak Prescott doing all these great things, right? He goes to the Chargers, and the Chargers fans, I remember, because this guy was like, oh, my God. He's like, oh, my God, we got Kellen Moore. Now he's got a real quarterback to work with. He's a genius. And you know what's kind of interesting is you look at Justin Herbert, who had 38 TDs, his second year went to 25 and then down to 20, and Kellen Moore is gone. Was it Justin Herbert or was it trying to adjust to Kellen Moore's offense? Dak Prescott loses his offensive coordinator, less interceptions, leads the league in the NFL in points. So was it Kellen Moore or was it Dak Prescott?
How many coordinators has Dak had in the last 4 years?
4 years? Well, it'll be Kellen Moore, and because Kellen Moore was there for 3.
Kellen and Mike?
Yeah, and then Mike. But the year before that, it was Scott Linehan.
So in the last 5 years, he's basically had only 3.
Yes.
Okay.
Which does make a difference. But
would you say even with those 3, outside of that one turnover year he had, it's been pretty consistent no matter who the play callers are?
It has, yeah. He's gotten, he's had the natural progression. As a rookie, the ball is more running.
Hurts has not been consistent at all with any of the play callers outside of 22.
Oh.
So my point is with Dak, this is why I say Dak's a better thrower of the football, is because at the end of the day, now, Dak Prescott, winning in the postseason, everyone makes it sound like it's easy. It's not. Peyton Manning is 1 game over 500, and so is Aaron Rodgers 1 game over 500.
Mm-hmm.
Art, stop lying. You backed up, gun to the link first. Said that you reneged.
No. I tell you what. Here's what I'll do, okay? Because I have asked Philly 500. I have literally last year made a bet. I said, listen, let's go to the link. Let's watch the game. And the losing team has to wear the other team's jersey. The Cowboys got their ass kicked in Philadelphia. I would have worn an Eagles jersey.
Now, wait a minute. Now, see,
seriously.
That's no.
That was the
You know
bet I
what you're
proposed.
doing?
But listen,
Now what you're doing is you're celebrating cowboy mediocrity, which is normal for you.
I'm just saying, I think it would be incredible to have you, me, and Philly 500 there in Dallas because this is, the rumble in the jungle, man. This is the two of
Okay,
our
wait,
teams.
wait.
What? Hey, come
Shouldn't
on.
it be?
Let's break the internet.
Surely, it should be what team goes further in the postseason.
What? We can do that too.
Are you afraid of? You have.
We
to
can do
be
that.
afraid
Listen,
of that.
listen, bro. Let me be clear here. I will meet Philly 500 wherever he wants to go. Okay? I will open up my calendar. If it wants to be at the link, I'll be at the link. If he's too chicken to go to Dallas,
You're gambling on mediocrity again.
if it's in the playoffs we play, listen. Let me speak clear here. I'm willing to go anywhere. Hell, if you had told me I had to go to his son's graduation, I would have go there. I'm going to be in California at training camp, okay? So I'm coming 3,000 miles. I know he's about 5 hours north. Let's meet halfway then or something.
You're going to be in Oxnard?
I'm going to Oxnard, bro. I believe I'm going to be there.
Meet you up there.
Here's what we've heard that the Cowboys are going to be practicing against the Rams before the preseason game.
Oh, that's even closer.
Okay, so I'm sitting there thinking I'm going to be there for that week because, they always are fighting because that'll be great footage. And then go to the preseason game, too. Start the season off right.
Maybe I should do one of my shows up there, either from.
We could do that.
I can't do it from the Cowboy place.
Why not?
But I could do it from the Ram place.
Okay.
Okay. Are you kidding me?
I'm serious.
I can't do this show from the Oxnard.
Bro, I'm sitting here on your show every freaking week, man. You know how much hate I get because of this?
Box. Even Xander did. Do you understand? They said, you know what they said to my cowboy helmet when I showed it?
What's that?
They said that's the best looking outhouse urinal I've ever seen in my life.
Shit. Okay. All right. I hear you. I hear you on that one. But no, seriously, I'm trying to do a whole lot of different events and stuff. And Philly 500, I cut him up a lot and all that, but he's my boy. Him and I are like family. Okay. We're like, he's like that crazy uncle that you tell the kids not to get close to.
I see your game. Don't you dare soften people up so you can give them backhanded slaps in the back of the head. I know you, Mark Holmes. You can't pull that shit on Big Sills. I know you. I know who you are.
Okay.
Hey,
man, all right. So you know who I am. That's cool.
Your team sucks.
Yeah, but you know what? We both went home the same weekend this past year. So I'd say we both got a lot to prove. But let me tell you, I learned a new trick, man.
Tell me.
Check. Oh, look, I want you to listen to this. You hear this? Do you hear this?
Okay.
That's the Eagles. You hear this? You hear that?
Yeah.
That's the Cowboys. 5 rings.
Oh, do that again. Do that again.
So here's the Eagles.
He's talking championships.
And here's what I'm going to say because this is actually really, really important and near and dear to me. I understand it's been a while since the Cowboys won.
Cowboy jiggle again. I want the Cowboy jiggle again. It's actually very good.
Okay. But here's the thing. You, knowing, of course, Michael Irvin and the Cowboys of the 90s, and knowing great players like Larry Allen, I know it was a long time ago, but you have to look at what those guys were. And you can't just take the history and just cherry pick part of it, because you were actually looking at some of the greatest players that have actually played the game of football. And to say, that doesn't mean anything. That's bullshit. Because you know what Michael Irvin was. You knew what Emmitt Smith. You knew what Larry Allen, Charles Haley, and things like that. That's the only thing that I wish is that these younger generations knew more about the guys that came before them that actually made the game what it is now.
You know what? I think what we should be doing now here is, if we're going to talk about Cowboy history, we should talk about FDR and what kind of great president that he was. Just 65.
Okay.
Hey, man, he had the Tennessee Valley Authority thing where he put people to work. who was a really great president.
yes.
He was the only president that actually acted like people think Trump will
See?
act and said, you know, I'll add myself, of course, a Democrat, I'll add myself another term. Let me just do it.
Shit. See?
And I'll
You got jokes. You got jokes.
Wait,
But
he
but wait a
did
minute.
not-
No, seriously. Okay, here.
Did Roosevelt just go like this? Well, I'll just give myself
Okay,
another term.
let me ask
did.
this. No, serious question. Okay, serious question. So when I look back at the Cowboys 90s team and I think about Michael Irvin as a Cowboy player for life, or Troy Aikman and things, iconic players across the board, so many of them. Do you look at the Eagles of 2017 that won that Super Bowl and say that's like a Reggie White? Do you look at those guys and say that those are true Eagles iconic guys that their names will live on forever?
Come on, dude.
No, I'm just asking.
No player movement, no salary cap. Can't do that. Can't do that. You know better than that. You know better. Jimmy didn't deal with cap era.
No, he didn't.
This is cap era. That what they did in 17 may have been a one-year wonder if it wasn't for the 22 appearance. Okay?
Yeah. It was
They
great.
put that team together. Get this, they lost their starting middle linebacker, their MVP quarterback, and their future Hall of Fame left tackle, and still beat Brady and Belichick in a Super Bowl with a substitute teacher. I mean,
Yeah, they
dude,
did. They were. I'm not saying they weren't a bad team, but
I get what you're saying about the Cowboys, but the Cowboys were built by Landry and Jimmy.
Yes. And I don't know that there'll be another team like that one again. Not in this era.
95% of that old line was put together by Tom Landry and Gil Brandt.
And none of them were first-round draft picks.
Not one of them. And Nate was a throwaway from Washington.
Yep, because he
and
was
from the
too fat.
USFL. Okay, the only guy in that old line that really was anything when it came to draft picks early was Stepnoski because he took over for Rafferty.
Yeah.
Okay, and Crawford was a third rounder out of Florida, and he got drafted in the third round. And then they added Eric Williams, obviously. If Eric Williams doesn't get in that car wreck, then we're talking about a potential future Hall of Fame guy. Hey, I do want to say this to you about Larry Allen.
Yeah.
He's the greatest offensive lineman
Beast.
I've ever seen. And I'll say this to you. Hey, Mark, this is all seriousness. Campo sent me the day he benched that 700 pounds at Valley Ranch.
That's unbelievable.
That was at Valley Ranch when he did that. And Dave sent me that on my email. And he goes, you got to watch this thing. And sure enough, man. And the movement he had, the guy he ran down with the Saints.
Unbelievable.
Man, 52 years old. What a shame.
I couldn't
that
believe
guy,
it.
in my opinion, was one of the greatest players I've ever seen at any position. I mean, just
And way too
tremendous of
soon.
a football player.
Way too soon. So I want to go back, though, for a second here. So are you hitting the panic button about Jaylen Hurts?
What I don't like is about Hurts is that, personally, I don't believe he's the guy. I just don't think he's the guy. I just don't think.
You know his contract is like a ticking time bomb, right?
Oh, no, he's there. No, dude. They got him till 29.
I know. That's what I'm
It's
saying.
like an anchor around your neck until for the next, 4 years. There's people in Philly who are not saying anything. They don't care. But as far as I'm concerned, he's a one-year wonder so far unless he proves something to me.
Are you saying
this
he's a
year.
Carson Wentz?
Yeah.
Oh, my God. Okay.
Yeah.
And I'm going to say, I don't know that Kellen Moore is going to be able to take him to another level.
You have no excuses with that offense. You're paying $175 million for that entire unit when it comes to salaries. And you see, this is why I don't want the Eagles fans to turn into Cowboy fans like you.
Oh, shit.
Because-
Now,
Because
not
you
all
know
Cowboy
what?
fans
You
are alike.
come up with some excuse. I don't come up with excuses for anybody, and I don't give a shit if it's your boyfriend, Dak Prescott. That's the difference between me and you. That's your boyfriend. Me, nobody on that team. It's about the logo and winning ball games. For you, you got a love affair with Dak and everyone else's fault except Dak. Now, I'll say this to you. Dak's got to go somewhere else to win a Super Bowl.
That's probably
He'll never win
true.
in that place.
I'm almost at the point of saying everybody has to go somewhere else to win a Super Bowl. Because here's what drives me crazy. Because, we're sitting here. We've seen everybody get paid. And I understand CeeDee Lamb is probably like, I want to see what Justin Jefferson gets, right? And, before I get paid, because I don't want to leave money on the table. We as a fan say, well, hurry up and sign him. It's a two-way street. But now there's no excuse not to get the deal done. He's holding out, of course, from training camp, right? The Cowboys, you know what the market is, so whether you pay him 34, 35, or 36.
You'll win 5 games this year.
Say what?
You'll win 5 games.
Oh, no, bro. We're going to be in playoffs again.
Absolutely no way.
I will bet. Well, you want to bet there? Bro.
No, I want to think about this one. I just don't want to do one of your stupid bets where
No, bro.
you just randomly throw something, and from what I understand, Philly 500 says you end up waffling out of them or you end up back-ending out of them.
Nope.
I want to make sure we put something in cement here.
Bro, I had to wear a freaking Hurts season hat for a week.
Jesus.
Okay? Now, fortunately, the Eagles don't win very often against the Cowboys, so I haven't had to do the walk of shame. There's a video out there where I say, I'm Philly 500's bitch. So I'm trying to understand where I get all this stuff where Mark Holmes does. No, y'all are lying on me. Just like you got a fake Mark Holmes up in here right now that's talking smack. Okay? That ain't me.
Who's running the ball for you?
Who's running the ball? Zeke. But see, here's the thing that's interesting.
Zeke!
Hold on. Just
Really?
wait. Just wait a minute.
About
Hold on, bro.
Calvin Hill?
We're talking about Mike McCarthy and his offense. He doesn't really like to run the football. Do you realize that the year that they won the Super Bowl, their leading running back only had 751 yards, that they only rushed for 1,600 yards?
You had fucking Aaron Rodgers.
Aaron Rodgers only had 29 TDs and 11 interceptions on that season.
Mark.
I'm just saying.
Remember the playoff run he had too when he was.
I hear you. But listen, you do what you know. Mike McCarthy likes to have multiple players out there to get the ball to. Okay? He had Donald Driver. He had Greg Jennings. He had Jordy Nelson. And he had, trying to remember the other wide receiver. He likes to spread the ball around to multiple guys. He wants to be death by 1,000 cuts. The years that he's had running backs that have rushed for over 1,000 yards have been some of the worst seasons that he's had as a coach, with the exception of being with the Cowboys. If you go back to what he did in Green Bay, he likes to use the tight ends a lot. His tight ends are key. And that's where the Cowboys have kind of started to build this offense toward it. And understand, this team led the league in points last year, not with the best offensive line like you guys had.
Are you painting Mike McCarthy into being Mike Holmgren?
I am painting Mike McCarthy is a great offensive mind. I don't know about him as far as being a coach that's a motivator.
Time management.
No, that part, okay, yeah. But see
him handle the timeouts.
But see, here's the thing that's lost into the mix.
You can't even say that with a straight face.
I hear you. But you know what? Other guys make those mistakes, but they're not amplified like they are because he's a Dallas Cowboy coach. Here's the other part of the equation that people don't seem to understand is Brian Schottenheimer is also key too. When Brian Schottenheimer was with the Seattle Seahawks, Russell Wilson had his best year of career-wise, numbers-wise, with him calling the plays. So between the two of those guys there, they're calling it and working it by committee. And it worked last year. You can't look – now, come on. We scored more points than San Francisco did last year, and we didn't have a Christian McCaffrey. You had CeeDee Lamb have as many catches combined as Brandon Ayuk and Deebo Samuels. We didn't have a George Kittle out there tight end.
If they put A.J. Brown in the slot, and I'm suggesting they do that a little more,
that'd be scary.
1,000 yards.
Mm-hmm.
Your guy goes against safeties. The Eagle receivers go against corners. That's where the more talented players are on the field. Your guy runs against slow white guys who run 5 flats.
There aren't that many white guys out there playing corner, bro.
181 targets.
And why you got to be racist? Huh? Leave the white guys alone, man.
Because Cooper DeJean is going to be playing safety for the Eagles. He ain't playing on the numbers.
Oh, Lordy.
Come on,
It's
man.
going to be interesting. So you honestly believe the Cowboys are only going to have 5 wins?
5.
Okay.
Because
I'll take that bet.
You can't stop the run. And
We're going to be better at stopping the run.
And your old line right now is got massive questions. You're not the same.
Hey,
old
bro,
line, Mark, you
I
were
know.
3 years ago.
Pot meet kettle. What is your linebacking core going to do? What are your cornerbacks going to do? What is your defense going to do? I'm sorry, I didn't hear you. I didn't hear you, bro.
Okay, Xander said the Cowboys are going to win 10 games. Here we go. Ask Mark, can he get Charles Haley to join in next week to chop? I have Charles Haley's number 2. I can
Yeah, get Charles in here.
I can get Charles Haley. Do you know, as a matter of fact, I should get Irvin on here.
There you go. Well, Irvin will be at the autograph sign. What's
They're
that?
building a dynasty.
Yeah, okay. He's trying to pump you up a little bit there.
He did.
They're building a dynasty with a one-year wonder at quarterback?
Hey, here's the difference between the Cowboys and the Eagles.
What's that?
They don't need to have an MVP to win the Super Bowl.
I'm sorry, did they win it 2 years ago?
In there and win it.
Did they win it 2 years ago?
No, they went there, though. I remember the Cowboys were playing golf in Cancun. Or as Charles Barkley says, down there in Galveston, where all that dirty-ass water is. It comes brushing up on your face. They didn't even get tickets to go to Cancun. They made the Cowboy players drive to Galveston. Okay, that's where they spent their offseason, in Galveston.
Yeah, okay. All right, buddy.
Last thing here.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So if we make a bet on the win total, I don't want to see you want to do Eagles and Cowboys in the season. I'm so sick of the Cowboy guys giving the regular season MVP award out and the Super Bowl regular.
That's because, bro.
Regular season.
Bro, if you guys were kicking our ass every year, you'd be talking about it. Come on.
Right. The Eagle, you win more participation trophies for regular season awards than any team I know in the last 30 years. So let's make this a bet that we'll come up with something where, get this, the team that goes the furthest in the postseason.
Okay.
You can't. That's what this is about, right? Or unless you guys.
The Eagles are going 8-9 this year, so you're not going to be going to the postseason.
You're winning 5 ball games.
Okay.
You know,
I just want you to remember. I just want you to remember when the offense implodes again this year.
Even your dog hates that prediction. I get it. Hey, let me say this to you, man. Even Vegas has you guys at 14 wins.
They have us favored in 14 games, but you know how that shit works because they're trying to get more people to bet. It's not about who they really think. Look, it's about them making money.
Is that what you think? Ultra Cowboys thinks 13-4.
I'm not going to go that way. I'm going to go say 11-6.
What are the Eagles going to be?
8-9.
Oh, man. Oh, Mark. I leave you with this.
Okay.
Philly 500.
Oh, I don't want to hear anything about Philly 500. He didn't show up.
Okay.
No, go ahead.
Philly 500 had a Cowboy excuse today. It was a show excuse because his kid graduated. You know, like you were making maple syrup with 90-year-olds and walking old ladies across the street? He gets the pass too, doesn't he?
I'll give him a pass. I'll give him a pass.
Show that shirt again.
Oh, shit.
All right, Mark. Hey, Mark, tell folks how they can find you, brother.
Oh, just look up for Joe Boo Sports Report, man, or Cowboy Joe Boo. Of course, on Dan Salio's show on Wednesdays when I'm not helping old ladies with maple syrup. Cowboy Joe Boo on Twitter and all.
You can also type in Mark Prescott.
Oh,
from what I understand, I think that takes you right to your channel too, doesn't it? Mark Prescott.
Got jokes.
Or no, Dak Holmes.
Have a nice day.
Have a nice nice day, Mark. Thank
And
you very much, brother.
I'll see you at the Cowboys-Rams practice. Okay?
I think so. I think so. I think so. Thank you, Mark.
You're
Have a good
welcome.
one, brother.
Peace.
Good stuff, man. All right. Yeah. All right, folks. Xander, tell me where we are in the like button, man. That was good. I may have to get up to
There we go, good people. I appreciate y'all coming in and watching. I'll put his ass on timeout. There we go. This is really for shits and giggles. And Lola, you are 100% right. I helped put the fans in the stand for them because they all, it's funny because they go in and, all of them, oh man, that crazy Cowboy fan, man, I'm not going to be here. But his numbers just jump up by about like 100 people on his stream and stuff while we're there. And it's all good. It's fun to listen to him because now they're saying Jaylen Hurts is struggling with Kellen Moore's offense, and I love that. Somebody typed in, laugh it out, Dak Holmes actually leads right to Mark Holmes, you too. Okay, Dak Holmes. All right, so we can't win championships. Well, here's my thought on that one, bro. I was once taught, you never fail, you just give up. So as long as we keep working towards it, we haven't failed. It just hasn't happened yet. All right, good people. I got some more stuff to do. My man, Game Time Brian, who was double dipping on both streams, shout out to him. Primetime Phil is feeling a little under the weather or can't do the show tonight, so he's asked me if I would join him. See, Lola, I want to kill him with kindness because, see, Lola, here's what's going to happen. I'm telling you, Kellen Moore is going to be the death of that offense. And it's going to be fun when the Eagles start imploding and we're there. And I can just sit there and smile and say, hey, how you doing? How's Kellen doing? You know that's going to be fun. Right. It's a benefit. Picking up Kellen Moore, definitely. Dirty Sanchez in the house. What's up? Larry Woods in due time, Mark. See, that's where you have to understand. Sometimes you got to be like the sniper. You're just laying there, quiet. You got your ghillie suit on and everything else. You just got to be patient. And this freaking fake Mark Holmes. What the sad that somebody else can't even use their own name, that they have to use my name to try and get attention. All right, good people. I appreciate y'all, and we will see you all soon. I was looking forward to seeing Philly 500, but he didn't show up today. So, ode to Philly.
I fire Howie. Fucking fire him. Motherfucker! Stupid motherfucker! What an idiot! What an idiot! Dallas has Amari Cooper and Gallup, but we don't need a receiver. Are you kidding me? I don't want Justin Jefferson. He's ass. He's stupid. I fire his ass. I fire his ass. I mean, how he's got to be stupid.